Okay, last race. Usual tradition, we have the kind of murky, overcast twilight that I always think looks awkward for the third point to point. I think getting darker is a cool, fine idea. It's just I don't usually find the skyboxes they use for these to be very good feeling. Oh, do they use a unique song for the third race of every point to point? Is that what happens? This is a new song. Maybe that's what they do, or something like that. I did see something in the XML for the game that had specific music listed for specific point to points. Music that I hadn't heard anywhere before. I forgot to see if I could find a chance to look at the map. I am wondering if I somehow got backwards the green versus red paths, which are light and heavy vehicles. Like this being a heavy vehicle path, and this being a light vehicle path would make perfect sense. It would make way more sense if the two path types were reversed. Bye, Skelly. I couldn't see anything right there. I only knew that path was there because the map said so. Granted, most of the time I'm paying a lot of attention to the map, but man, there are so many. And usually there are lots of forks and everything, but this is a crazy, ridiculous web of things, this particular map. My god. This is a very different Diplo song. And Diplo's a name I've heard in a lot of places. Cool. Why do you demand I be so directly straight on all these jumps? This is ridiculous. Why don't you just go here? Like, if they literally have a jump right into an extremely narrow passage like that, they didn't have to do it. Wait, which way am I supposed to... I can't even tell which direction in general the race as a whole is trying to go right now. There's so many paths going so many different directions. Generally speaking, if you don't have speed, I don't think you want to take the red path. The red paths generally seem to be thinner and have jumps on... Oh my god. Okay, well if I ever needed to have a more stable ride... Yeah, my shocks aren't made for this. I'm not configured properly. Oh my god. I guess you go uphill for a while and then eventually go back down. Do you have the confidence to take the thin path that jumps on it? Oh, this is gonna be all if I don't land right. Okay, there we go. It's gonna waste so much of your time. Person wipes that right in front of me. Very good. Oh, and that song's just over. Yeah, that felt very different for a Diplo song. Most of my reference for what Diplo sounds like is from SSX on Tour. It's not usually like that. And it's just a name you hear everywhere in my experience, so they might have a pretty varied discography. I never looked into them in their own right. Yeah, maybe part of the issue was, I still think that the heavy vehicles are at a stupid disadvantage, but I do think that having some better understanding now of what... Wait, okay. I'm getting very confused sometimes as to what to expect on like which direction these roads are going to be going. Okay, there's no way you can just not take the red paths here. It's just that the red paths are extremely difficult. It feels like what really is that the red paths are just the more difficult, risky ones, and you tend to need to have more speed on them and whatnot to get by, and so on. They tend to have jumps. But they frequently have a more efficient route. And in that vein, they make sense. But I thought the game said that they were like supposed to be heavy and light vehicle routes, which makes much less sense to me. Especially if the red ones are the heavy vehicle routes, but I'm really wondering if I got those backwards somehow. Because it makes no sense to me otherwise. With all the red paths that are, like, precisely as wide as the heavy vehicles. I call out everything that just happened just now. There was no reason for that to wipe me out. I think the game was just unhappy there was a vehicle. I think the game was just unhappy there was a service that was at a certain angle to my tire there. But it made no physical sense for it to wipe out. I was just calmly driving up the hill in reality. Don't hit the wall. By necessity, there is a bit of improv going on here. Like, I generally try to stick to a road, but like it's not easy to do. I don't have a ton of time to catch up to Dirk here. I don't even know where Dirk is. Like, all the paths here are nowhere near each other. Yeah, great. Now I'm the whole 10 seconds behind Dirk and so on. I don't know if I have much of an opportunity to catch up to the guy right now or not. Is there much reason to take that red path? Sometimes the red paths do seem to just be the wrong one to take. I don't think I have much means to catch up to him here. Alright. Let's take another shot at it. This is a pretty big, brutal lash course. This one's kind of cool. Also, played that special song a total of once, which feels kind of weird. But okay, I feel empowered now, equipped with knowledge of what these red paths really are like too, which I think is good. And a lot of them do seem to be pretty much necessary to take on this course in particular. Not like without exception, but in a lot of cases they seem like something that you need to do. Like taking a route directly down a hill, for instance, as opposed to very slowly snaking your way down. That's a thing that you just have to take the faster route there, it seems like to me. I must have... Oh, yeah, okay, see, if you can just jump over the whole narrow part, that works pretty well. See, the time to fall off your bike was not right there when your bike just happened to be at a particular angle. It was when you hit the rock. Let's hit the rock, that should have been fine. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, I feel pretty dead center on this. I think I should be fine. Okay. Oh boy. Let's just get back on the other part of the road. Try to turn in doing so. Okay. Good. Yeah, going downhill like this is just... I'm not tuned for those. I'm paying the price. I'm not preparing my bike properly. That, on the other hand, is a pain. I really wish there weren't these constant signs that just make it harder to do anything. Okay. See, here's a heavy vehicle taking along these paths. I must have at some point, though, messed up my idea of which path is which. I must have, because it makes so much more sense if you reverse which vehicle type is which. But even then, I still think that really the way you should view these is not just it's for a particular vehicle type, even though that kind of adds up, but instead that it's... Like this here, this is not a vehicle type sort of thing what I'm doing right now. This is more of a... Stray trees are the worst thing in this game. It's more of a hey, here's a riskier but faster path sort of thing. Nothing obligates you to let go of your handlebars if you happen to move sideways. Nothing. Okay. Now... Okay, don't... It puts you so far behind, too, jeez. That's just not where you need to be. Foolish me thinking I could actually trust where this thing was directing me. Lots of the time you do cut over a path that way onto another one. There are lots of intersections in these roads. I can't simultaneously look at the map and the course in front of me the entire time. Okay, this is completely fallen apart in the last leg. Why is this going so poorly now? Like, this was going kind of well early on. Let's just try to land there. Alright. And the good old sun in your eyes, too. Yeah, kind of going between the roads here seems like it actually works pretty well. If the game allows you to. I am a lot further behind right here than I was before last time, aren't I? All these stupid trees everywhere, they just decide totally arbitrary places you're not allowed to be. Yeah, no, this is... If I took the time to tune my bike for this, I would definitely not tune it like this. Okay, that time my bike actually flipped over. I don't see a reason to take the red path here. But yeah, this is substantially worse this time. That's nice. I don't know why this one went so much worse. My god, this was a complete train wreck. Why did that go so poorly this time? I don't get it. That was a non-stop catastrophe. Okay. But these paths are so thin, I don't feel like it's reliable to even dream of staying on them consistently the whole time. I guess that's supposed to be the over-under on taking them. I might be taking too many of them at this point or something. But some of them seem like so totally necessary that I don't see how to consider not doing that. I do love how the sun's glare perfectly blocked the path that I was going to go on just then. That is the one I ended up taking, but still. The glare here is not just a cute visual, like it really does have an effect on your ability to navigate. Cool. What? Don't, why are you doing a wheelie? Okay. Like I said, I might be taking a lot of these red paths too frequently. That one is definitely fairly tight as squeeze. But it feels like it works out really well if you manage to pull it off. But yeah, I should probably just be less daring in some of these and just take the green paths a bit more often. Just bugged me that took me... don't... Yeah, this bike cannot handle the speed. It cannot move straight at this speed. This is so tough to control. But at least being able to understand what the calculus is supposed to be between the red and green paths, or whether or not it's supposed to be, just what it in reality is, definitely helps me a whole lot. Yeah, you know what, let's just take this path, this is fine. It's actually extraordinarily slow. Probably better than wiping out, maybe. Okay, jeez. Now then, also sorry if there's background noise right now. That's not a thing I have control over. How do you get that much air here? I don't understand what makes that happen. It feels like so much more air than you get anywhere else ever. Like here, you just have to take the straight down path, though. Granted, it's so much faster than the not straight down path that you don't necessarily need to worry about taking it as quickly as possible. Consistency is a bit more important. Like, the fact that you're taking the route is already wildly faster than the alternative, so taking it a little slow and not wiping out would probably be a good idea. I really like to just kind of take this and not even worry about landing on the in-ramp. You know, it might give you a tiny speed boost if you did, I don't know, because it's downhill. Come on now. This one song is for some reason just so much more quiet than everything else. I can barely hear this song. Every time. Hey, don't respawn right in front of me like that. Also, I need to land on ground. Good, thanks. Everything needs to have rocks around it, and trees. Everything. You can deviate a single meter from the track, and you're as good as dead to this game. I think Dirk's doing worse this time. See, it would be nice being able to just go straight onto the path and that being good, but it's not good enough for this game. Now this is in the middle of the road. Also, you do actually have to weave around those on here, man. That is a mean path. Let's not fall into the water this time. I said let's not. Glare. Man, that is a hard turn. I'd really like to break ahead right here, though. Also, did all the other opponents around Dirk just disappear? God, no! I want to... Actually, how well do I have to do? I need to get the top 3, don't I? I don't think I was even good enough. The first attempt, ironically, was actually my best one so far. In fact, does this game even say what position I need? Well, I guess it just... Well, I guess it doesn't, but I still probably need a particular one. Come on now. No, this course is a bit too much for my liking, in terms of the windiness, the thin roads, and everything. And there just being stuff between every thin road everywhere. And there being red paths, it feels like you have to take because they're extremely inefficient otherwise. Feels like everyone's are ridiculously slow by comparison. first game. Figure. That is not cheating in my opinion. No, that is the wrong way though. It's the opposite of cheating. Okay, let's not spiral into doing worse and worse, please. You'd think I'd learn the course as I go here. And there are certain things that I'm, you know, learning, okay, this is what I should do on this part, but execution's another matter when some of that stuff is as unforgiving as it is. And again, these red paths, if you lose, you need to simultaneously be fast on them, but also extremely precise. They're just extremely difficult in a lot of these cases. And then look how they stagger those signs, too, that they know that light vehicles cannot survive touching. I don't see a reason. I guess what's supposed to happen is the jump I took just leads into that red path, and the red path gives you a gentler turn, but taking the green path felt fine to me. Oh boy. Yeah, very few heavy vehicles here, I think, for good reason. Also, I got stuck on a snaking green path, that's annoying. So you have to be careful about taking these paths. Ever, really. You never know when it's gonna throw you somewhere that is just stupidly inefficient. Man, they are deliberately lining every single route with rocks on every side and everything that even impinge upon the path. Like, this stage is kind of antagonistic. This time I managed to actually stay on the road here. It's an improvement, but I'm also doing quite poorly in terms of position because of prior problems and poor routing. Okay. Not going for airtime here. We're not going for points or whatever we're showing off. Here we really just need to not, you know, wipe out. But the sign said no. No, we can go. No, we can't go straight over that. Jeez, the landing pad is so thin. I was thinking, let's try to actually land on the other side this time. No, never mind. I don't know why these two parallel paths have one red and one green. I don't know if one's somehow just superior to the other in an obvious fashion. Dirk is also way ahead today again, like the first race. Alright, again, let's try to be kind of consistent. Okay. Well, that thing on the front of my bike is certainly helping me out today. Should be seeing Dirk any second now. Seeing how close I apparently am to him. Okay, I never managed to pass anyone on this section of the map, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. Part of it is the turn here that I keep... I refuse to believe that was reasonable. Because the last portion of this map is kind of stupid, despite how simple it looks. I managed to get first on all these other ones. I'd really like to be able to continue that. Oh, it actually... Shoot, no! That wasn't supposed to... Cool, but I wasn't actually trying to... Okay, well, get it. No! I guess I did, it's just I wanted to win the race. Whatever.
Thank you, everyone! This is a day I've dreamed of for my entire life, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates, who supported me even after I pulled the disappearing act before the season started. They reminded me why I love this sport so much. But not everyone shares that love, and it's my sad duty to report that those people are, with the exception of Fury Motorsports, the team owners of this very circuit. I don't have all the details of the conspiracy, but there definitely is one. And what I do have is proof. There was an attempt to add an illegal substance to our fuel systems last night, but we'd rerouted the system to capture any evidence and turned it over to the authorities during today's races.
That's not evidence! That doesn't prove a thing!
If I may, ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed turning into a day to remember. And while I agree that Slick's evidence may not suffice to prove the conspiracy, this most assuredly will. This is a recording of a secret owners meeting laying out the entire conspiracy against Fury and proving the owners have been stealing money meant for the drivers for years.
We did it! But what about the dirt that the owners have on you?
Don't worry about me. You've gone far to remind me what honor is, what I once was. I'll take my lumps like a man. Don't ever lose your passion, your drive, your integrity. We knew you could do it. You've made us all very proud.
I have to admit, it's kind of funny. Apparently security didn't care that Dirk just got punched. Dirk was the one who got carried out. That is amusing. Also, we have a sponsor deal in other news. I don't know if I want to do that right now, though. We're already over time for this whole recording session. Oh, this looks like an event I want to do. It is a 1-to-1, though. I mean, even that's probably not too pleasant regardless. It's one lap, yeah, fine. You know, look at this, my final challenge, the thing that I never... It's my biggest enemy is back. Doing Supercross on an ATV. Just had to be how things ended, I guess. I didn't press that. Here's my actual biggest enemy, my controller. Oh, also, that guy wiped out too, that's amusing. Again, it's not that you have to be good, it's that the AI can be bad too. It's also a valid way for you to win. Man, this bike controls so differently than the motorbike I was using on this course last time. It's just completely different how I have to approach things. Like, I'm finding I have, like, totally different amounts of speed, I get totally different amounts of air on different jumps. Good preload, that was absolutely amazing, beautiful. And that's the end of that. Come on now. They have to end with something as obnoxious as everything else here. It's one lap. I can manage one lap of being faster. Okay, although them having actual improvement over me in stats is also a pain. I wonder if that last race would have gone my way if I hadn't gotten wiped out by my controller deciding that I was pressing a button all of a sudden. Because right here, my opponent wiped out for no apparent reason, but no complaint from me. Yeah, see, they managed to come into that with a lot of speed from somewhere. I don't even know where. I see. Okay, just like with the bike before, that's not the place you need to do a preload. Does it make sense to have that much echo in here? I mean, you're just in a totally open space, really. Even me getting a head start like this, though, you can see that they actually managed to outspeed me just by virtue of a bike that's better at doing that, I guess. But fine, I can try to do one lap here that's... Oh, they also wiped out. I still need to not mess up too much. I probably have super strong rubber banding in this particular... Darn it. Race as well, just by virtue of it being the one lap. At least I do have some memory of how to try to take this course from having done it the last time, though, so... You know, that didn't go amazingly well. I hate this game sometimes. I really, really do. Look at that. The gentlest... Who knows if I would have even won anyways, because it's like I ever managed to not fall way behind on every single jump like this. Granted, I did better there than usual. Yeah, maybe if I didn't wipe out there, it would have been fine. It's just... Oh, thanks, game. This guy just legitimately having a better bike than me also doesn't help. I can try to prevent him from passing here if nothing else, but... Oh, it's even better if they somehow inexplicably wipe out on this part, but... I kind of need them to have some setback, because otherwise I just can't manage to outdo them anywhere else. See, that feels pretty good right there. Of course, as we've seen before, seems to work fairly well. Game getting super paranoid on me. Did they wipe out again? Oh, they just got stuck somewhere. Okay, don't cut that corner slightly and make the game upset at you. And there's more to worry about than just that, of course. Interestingly, I do manage to do a little bit better than right there. And then they completely overtake me. Regardless. Darn it! They just got so much speed out of nowhere on that last turn. I guess they might have an appropriately tuned bike as well. Not sure how my bike is tuned, since I don't have any control over that. Not the route I usually take here, but it seemed to work fine. Okay. Here, it seems to be pretty consistently to just get a decent amount of speed. Yeah, there you go. And then you make that jump. And it just flows well. That's the thing with Supercross. Success begets success. Not where I was trying to go, but okay. Yeah, that works better, actually, than going the other direction. I should have preloaded that time. That time I tried to preload, but it didn't work. Okay. Okay, I'm taking this pretty poorly now. Hold on. Go up. Oh, man. Okay. That's probably the Kong animation is what that one's called. I've seen the names of some of these animations. Up to 1,500 credits per race and bonuses. Cool, except that doesn't matter anymore. Alright, long episode. Alright. Not right now. Also means, like, I can't do anything. But cool. So that's done, I guess. Pretty simple conclusion to all that. So that means, we can start looking at other stuff starting next time. Whatever stuff there is to see. Who knows what that'll be. And it's at some point the track editor too. The track editor as well. I should also probably look at. Okay, just to see all the things this game has. But who knows how much more stuff there is to do at this point now, having done the story. What's involved in classic mode in particular. So interesting. So there are cups of the game that I have done in this game's opinion. Others I haven't. I guess some are just part of the story mode. We do have freestyle. But they're not the interesting kinds like before, it seems like. But we'll see. But we can do each. I don't know if I want to do every single thing with every vehicle type or not too. We'll see. It's a lot of stuff to do. Granted, at the same time, I also want to get all the hashes if I can, so all the strings, so who knows. But yeah, I'll think over what to do. Alright, see you then, everyone.